Well, yeah, I guess. I think he is. I've heard clips before where you spoke about rape, and I think, God, I couldn't disagree more. But it's because I've looked at it out of context. Then when I've actually listened to the podcast and it's put in context, I'm like, he is completely right. So there's not many things, apart from him saying people are gay, I disagree with. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, that is true. It's factual. A lot of the time, we're not talking opinions. We're talking facts. Near enough everything we've spoken about today, when you talk about the past, the future, how it is, it's factual. You look on the news, everything we're saying is true. We're not here just saying, oh my God, I think this is vile. We're saying it's vile. Here's the stats. Here's the statistics to it. So you can disagree with it. We're not saying everything we agree with, but we're giving you the facts. You can't cry about that.
Right. How do you think people are going to take you being on this show with Bonnie Blue?
I don't know. I don't really know.
It's actually nice not being the most hated person in the room for a change.
Well, I'm sure, yeah. And I think I'd be uncomfortable and unfamiliar with not being the most hated person in the room. But I don't really give a fuck how people take it, to be honest. I think people will understand that, it's entertaining. I think that this conversation's been very interesting.
Right.
I don't know if people expect me to have a go at Bonnie or try and tell her what she's doing is wrong.
I've been called the female version of Andrew Tate for a long time now. And I think just because I say women are lazy, they are poorly educated, they're not servicing their guy. And if you're not servicing your guy, he's going to go and cheat. And everyone's like, you basically sound like Andrew Tate. But it's like, I'm talking from experience. They're talking from fuck all experience. And I'm saying, hey, these are the facts. I've slept with over 1,000 people and this is my experience.
But if you want a really intellectual conversation, if you want to really actually analyze society by and large, this false bullshit of male sexual exclusivity is actually creating most of the problems in the world today. When we say to women that a man should be loyal to only her, that's what's creating all of the divorces, all of the breakups, all of the women who run from man to man to man to man trying to find a loyal one.
God, that's what really be killing shit, because society tells women, no, wait, he's only supposed to like you, and if he likes somebody else, he doesn't like you. He just doesn't know. It's not how that's not what our biology does. That's not how men biology is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where women really are fucked up, like he said, because y'all aren't thinking biology. Y'all are thinking what y'all are being told.
None of them are ever loyal. So then they end up just chasing the bag and chasing money and end up being sex workers, which is fine. But all of this comes from this bullshit idea that men have ever been sexually exclusive. Men have never been sexually exclusive. Women were to guarantee paternity. Men, since the dawn of time, every king, every sultan have had harems, they have had concubines. Every single man who could, did. The men who can't say they wouldn't and say they don't want it because they can't. It's like a broke man saying he wouldn't drive a Ferrari. No one gives a fuck what you think because you're...
And that's what I was saying on Twitter the other day. It was some bitch talking crazy about something, and she was big as hell, and I was like, it's like a homeless nigga talking. We wouldn't give a fuck what this nigga saying. We would, after we listened to this, after we heard what he said, we'd get right back in the car and be like, oh, that nigga was crazy. We don't give a fuck about what this nigga talking about. He homeless.
Boy. If you're actually important and you can have a harem, you have a harem. They always have. So now we have this weird society where men are out here trying very hard to compete in the sexual marketplace, to become as important and rich and successful and well-known as possible because it's so hard to get a woman. When they finally pull that off, women are chasing him because women only want the top 1% of men. And then when a woman gets with him, she tells him, you can only be with me and no one else. And then he's like, okay, well, you've been with a whole bunch of men before me. You're not even a fucking virgin. You don't even listen to me. You don't shut up when I tell you to. So why the fuck am I going to only be with you? I'll be with 10 women just like you. You all have big mouths. So if I'll just be with all of you. And then she's like, oh my God, he cheated. And then she'll run away and just do the same thing again with another guy. And before you know it, after 20 dicks, she sits there.
After 15 niggas, she's 35 and she's looking back and she's like, damn, I don't got no man. Hell no, you done ran through all of them.
Goes, why am I fucking for free? Let me just get paid out of this. So then she says, all right, she either becomes a sex worker honestly or becomes a sex worker dishonestly via rape charges and rape claims. That's what they do. If you're a woman who makes a rape claim against a man and you have an OnlyFans, you literally use sex to make money. And you literally lie to men pretending to like them. And now you're doing the same thing in a courtroom. The court has become OnlyFans. The court's OnlyFans now. Nothing's different. A woman just gets her pussy and gets her tears or gets her lies, and she uses the court system to make money as opposed to using the OnlyFans platform. What's the difference?
I think
so you either have honest or dishonest sex workers. And all of this comes from the fact that we don't have a society where you say, a man at that stature is going to have 4 or 5 wives. Get over it. Life would be a lot simpler if we could.
God, that's what I
If
be
women
trying.
were-
That's what I be trying to tell hoes. Like I tell hoes all the time, like niggas finna have bitches, regardless of what you think. If that nigga is that nigga, he gonna have bitches. So if you don't want that nigga, go get you a nigga who kiss your feet and lick your ass and say do whatever you say, stupid shit like that. Go get that nigga. Nigga that work at McDonald's type shit, flipping burgers. He just wants to flip burgers for the rest of his life. He don't give a fuck. But even then, I still wouldn't be comfortable telling you he not gonna cheat because that nigga might cheat. That's what I'm saying. He might be the best burger flipper in there. One of them hoes gonna fall. That's how it is.
Are brainwashed into believing they need a loyal man. A man is loyal to you when he puts up with you, protects you, and provides for you. If a man's paying your bills and will stop you getting attacked on the street and puts up with your emotions, that's loyal. Don't worry about where his dick goes. That's loyalty. He's shown you loyalty. And he can put his dick wherever he wants. That's actually loyalty.
What do you think about that?
See, I'm very different though, because I'm the one that does the income. They probably won't be working it, but the other way around, because women also want things to be different. So like, I'm not saying I agree with that. Like, I think if I was with a guy, they probably wouldn't work. I'd be the one to be in control, and I'd be the one fucking loads of other guys, and they'd be loyal to me.
No, not how that would work. Because eventually that nigga's going to be like, how about you stop doing that and you do something else? And she's gonna be like, fuck you, nigga, I run this shit. And he's gonna be like, I don't like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it don't work like that. Unless you get an absolute super cuck, and then you're not gonna like him because he's gonna be a super cuck. You're not. That's what I'm saying. You're never gonna be with him. You're gonna be out with the other niggas. So it's like, what would be the point of even getting with him? Now you're just sharing your money at this point.
Things are different.
Yeah, she'd be bossing it because she has the money. She's doing the protection and provision because she's got the cash. But what I'm saying is, the happiest women, let's look, and this is cultural. Like if you go to Russia and you meet a billionaire, you think he has one wife. I mean, he has his wife, of course, and he has his fucking girlfriend. And his wife just keeps her eyes closed and doesn't care, and he gets to enjoy his girlfriends, and his wife gets to drive a G-Wagon, and everyone's happy. It's only in the West where she'll be like, I can't believe he wants to talk to another girl. It's stupid. And then women end up leaving men they love because he cheated, and then getting cheated on by a man they don't love. It's dumb. And it's just over and over and over again until they end up as sluts or old and used to the point where they can't get the quality of man they want.
Oh, that's what I said earlier.
Then they're sitting around 36. I can't find a man who's, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. Because the guys you like are with 22-year-olds, my dear. And you had a guy who...
Fucking young bitches trying to get some young coochie. They not dealing with no old ass shit. Can't even barely could have kids. They not dealing with that shit, bitch. Y'all niggas don't, that's what y'all don't understand.
Loved you and you fucked it up because you cried over him cheating like an idiot.
Yeah.
Women, find a man you love. Let him cheat. Just tell him to only come home to you and only love you. Let him do what he has to do. Don't stress him too much. Have some fucking kids. Drive a Bentley. That fixes society. But of course, if I say that, I'm a misogynist. I'm the worst man in the world. I deserve to go to jail.
If you said to that girl, go and work, go and earn your own money, go and do this, they don't want to do that either. So you got to pick and choose. Like
when you tell women to go earn their own money, one way or another, it ends up being sex work. You tell me you don't see these female fucking estate agents, whatever, in their little girl suit and their makeup and all pretty. Have you ever seen like one of these successful girl boss estate agents who's obese? I'm asking.
I haven't seen an obese female estate agent, no.
Have you seen obese women achieve anything financially? Or are there, because if you say no, then you're saying the women are judged on how they look. So all version of female work is sex work. That's the question. Can women do anything without being judged on the one thing they have, which is their sexuality?
I think you could be an obese comedian and make money.
Women
yeah, but then you'd be making jokes about the fact you're fat.
Yeah,
that's
and women
why I
aren't
find
funny.
you funny.
Let's be honest, women aren't funny.
Aren't funny, did you say?
Of course not.
I think I've made you smile a few times.
Yeah, you've made me smile because I've been impressed by your intuition. Mm-hmm. I've been impressed by how correctly you see society.
Right.
But I think by and large, female comedians aren't really funny because humor is a masculine mating tactic. We have to make women laugh for them to like us, whereas women don't have to make us laugh. They have to be hot. Men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear.
Yeah.
Which is why women wear makeup. So we see something we like. And that's why men lie. Right, so they hear something they like. Men lie. Every man on a date is a gangster and he's rich. You go, any girl go on a date with any guy. Women watching this, I know you've been on a date with some guy recently. He's got a few tattoos. He's got a sleeve. And he's a gangster, he's a criminal, and he's got all this money. And he's a fucking jackass. He's got like $6,000 in the bank and a rented car on finance. But he's just lying. He's trying to pretend he's the G, and you're going to fall for it. You're going to suck his dick. and then you're not even going to get paid out at the end of it, and then you're going to realize he's a loser, and you're going to go get another boyfriend. So you were just sex working for free like a fucking idiot. You just got tricked. You can't trick Bonnie. Bonnie gets paid. You can't trick Bonnie. Bonnie gets her money at the end. You're dumbass. You're sucking dick for free like a fucking retard. So this is the world we live in now. So women are always judged on how they look, no matter what they do. Because to true biology, men are trying to find attractive women who can give them children, which is why we're attracted to women who are younger, because they're more likely to get pregnant. That's why attraction in and of itself, what is attraction? Attraction is health. When you look at a woman who looks healthy or has good genetics, because she'll give you strong offspring, that's what attraction even is. So women are always going to use their attraction. Once a woman's obese and ugly, then she starts walking down the street screaming about fucking a bunch of garbage because she knows she can't compete in the true market of sexual dynamics, which is men have power and women have attraction. That's how it works. So I just think it's completely hypocritical for us as a Western society. I think it's absolutely insane to have any kind of opinions on sex work or Bonnie or anything else when women are using their sex nonstop all the time. How is having an Instagram page and being an influencer and doing TikTok dances with massive silicone tits and doing this than fucking getting millions of views and unlimited money for fucking dancing around with a shit dance? It's not even good.
So I tell niggas, don't date no influencers, social media bitches. She's basically a social media hoe. Basically what she is, a social media bop, because she's shaking her shit and for everybody.
Sex work. How is that not sex work? How is Instagram not sex work?
You're uploading your best photos. You want people to find you attractive.
You're
filtering.
Instagram is a dating app. Women shouldn't be. If you're onto Instagram, you're looking for male attention. You're uploading your best pictures with filters. You got your fucking tits out in every photo. You're shaking your ass in every photo. All these fucking Instagram reels, all of TikTok, all of this shit. Look at any of the famous women. How is all of it not sex work? You're advertising sex or you're making people want to fuck you for attention or money. It's all sex work. So we as a society say, yeah, an 18-year-old girl can get massive silicones and dance around on TikTok and get millions and millions of viewers, but she's an influencer. No, she is a sex object.
Yeah.
That's all she is.
They're the ones that walk down the street. That's what pisses me off. They walk
Cooking right now. Andrew is cooking right now.
Perfect.
down the street and then they cry that a guy's wolf whistled them. They crying that a guy's looked at their tits, that your tits are hanging out. I actually don't wear revealing clothing as such. I stay covered up. I don't feel like the need to show my tits. People can just see it, you know, in person for free when I want to get naked. But I don't walk around looking like a slut like most of these other people do. Yeah, I am a slut. But they walk around crying about the fact people call them sluts. And it's like, look at you.
Same in the gym.
Look in the mirror.
Same in the gym. They wear those tight gym clothes and complain that people are looking at them.
They're videoing themselves bending over going, oh my God, look at that guy.
So it's anti-sex work. So they do sex work and then complain they're being seen as sexual objects.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, Rob? You know what I'm saying is true. I understand you don't want to go to jail, so you have to be careful how you reply.
Type shit. Niggas be scared to say shit. That's what I'm saying. I understand you don't want to fucking, get into this shit, so I get it. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I be talking to niggas, sometimes niggas, like the niggas who understand it, they just won't say anything. You see what I'm saying? Like the niggas that agree, they just won't say anything. Niggas that don't agree, they'll run their fucking mouth all day. But niggas who agree, they won't say anything because they don't want to get caught up in the shit and let niggas know that they agree. So it's okay.
I understand, sir.
I'm just doing my job here.
You're just a commentator.
Andrew, if you go to jail, I'll identify as a guy, so we can go in together.
All right, thank you.
Top and tail. I mean, you can be in me if you want. I just thought, we'll keep that bit a secret.
You know, Bonnie, we're friends. You're my only female friend.
Friends with benefits.
No benefits. You know, I've never had a female friend in my life. I really don't have any female friends. I don't have a single female friend because I don't really talk to women unless
I just don't really like women.
They don't really have much I want to hear.
Right. And that's what I be trying to tell niggas, like, I don't even deal with bitches unless we fucking. And bitches know that. Like, off rip, I'm not even finna waste my time texting you. Is you sliding or what? Am I sliding or what? What are we doing? Like, I'm not wasting all day trying to figure out your dumbass favorite color and your favorite food. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how your day went. I'm trying to get some coochie. Like, niggas that have female friends still have... I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you niggas wasting your money and your time. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you niggas.
Hey, so...
You know when women talk a lot of the time, I'm there just smiling thinking, you're so irrelevant. In the nice way possible. The things you're saying, they aren't funny. Like, I think I am funny. But like when they speak, I'm like, you're really not funny. I'm having to laugh at this joke to be polite. I'm having to pretend you're interesting out of politeness. I'll have to pretend your stresses at work are relevant, but they're not. You just work for someone else that works for someone else. Like when I listen to other women talk, I'm like, you're boring me. It's not entertaining. And I can't listen to your issues because they're not issues. They're just, I don't know, just pathetic excuses.
So Rob, let me ask you a question, sir. We have to make a decision. We are headed down the road we are traveling. Do we do an absolute 180 reversal of society and go back to traditional men in charge, patriarchal society where women have to obey their fathers and obey their future husbands, where they have to get married young, have children? Or do we continue down the path where every single woman decides to make as much money as possible using her sexuality like Bonnie does? These are the two options. They're the only options that exist. There is no in between. There is no smart answer. There is no Aikido. There is A or B, Rob. Do you want to remove the female vote, or do you want your daughters and every other woman you know to end up like Bonnie Blue? Which one?
Well, I think both roads end
No,
the same
don't
way.
try and
Here we
Aikido
go.
it, Rob.
Here we go with the bullshit. Well, I think both. But no, one or the other, Rob. You can't have both. It's either bitches like Bonnie Blue or they not. One or the other.
But both end the same way.
This is what?
Both end up back with patriarchy running society. When what is it? Weak men
Create hard times. And hard times create strong men, and strong men create good times, and good times create weak men.
and that is the cycle.
Absolutely.
And society is weak right now. And if you don't have strong leadership, you have government that starts to lead, and when government starts to lead and becomes too bloated and takes from society, in the end, society rebel. Even people who voted hardcore Labour, and even people in Labour will turn on Labour soon enough.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
But
But I think things are going to get far more interesting before that happens.
well, revolution. That's the only way you reset.
Silver has crashed. It's back to its price in 1974, and I'm going to buy more. And if you'd like to learn how to invest, school, sources and money, gain.
Revolution requires
Start today your journey to
men,
financial freedom and more money.
but revolution requires warriors, and that's why men and masculinity is under such constant attack. That's why they're trying to get rid of me. That's why they don't like what I say, because when you have men who are prepared to stand up for something, we're seen as a threat to the system.
Yep.
That's why masculinity in and of itself is attacked, because they don't want men who stick up for themselves, because if you stick up for yourself, you stick up for society, which is why they use feminism and they weaponize it to destroy the masculine instinct. Because if women have more power than men, and if you can't even have a family, and you can't even tell your own wife what to do, why are you going to try and have any vested interest in society? If you have a house and you're the king of that household, and your woman obeys you and your children obey you and you're the king of the house, you're not going to give up that street or that town or that city or that country easily, because that's your house, that's your kingdom. If you're going home and your woman doesn't listen to you and she doesn't suck your
You don't give a
dick,
fuck
you're
about
paying all
this
these
shit.
taxes and your kids ignore you and they just watch YouTube and you're not the man of anything, why are you going to stand up and rebel on the street? You don't give a shit. You've lost all vested interest in protection. Your protective instinct has been neutered. You're a eunuch. That is why feminism is used. This is the point I'm making about certain groups of men using women as a conduit to destroy other groups of men. Women are not the gun. Women are the bullet. Men still hold the guns. Feminism is a bullet that a man has shot. This is what most people don't understand about all of these ideals. And what I'm saying is, the society we have built has encouraged women to be as promiscuous, as rebelling, as open, as sexual, and to get as much money as possible. And Bonnie has just played the game the best and won the game.
Yep.
The game is chess. She's a grandmaster
Game is basically who's the best, who could be the best whore, and she's being the best whore.
at it. You can't complain about the grandmaster. You have to complain about the game of chess. So it's completely asinine for anybody to ever give Bonnie a hard time about anything she's doing ever, when in fact she's just the best at the game that's currently being played, because 99% of women are trying to do the same thing as her, which is use their pussy to get some money.
And that doesn't bother you hearing that?
No, it's factual. It's the truth. So why could I be offended? If you're offended by something that's factual, then change it. If I was offended by calling a prostitute and slag, then I should change that. But how can I sit there and say I'm ever offended by anyone telling me what's the truth?
And Rob, and I want to make something clear. I really do try and ground myself in absolute logic in all ways. And that's why I'm extremely hard on myself. I've said to you in previous podcasts that what happened to me about jail and all this shit, it was me. I take absolute responsibility for everything that's ever happened to me. I'm not a person who blames anyone else. Considering women just want status and money, don't think I haven't thunk about the fact about the women who say they love me. I'm not dumb. I love you so much. I love you. I love you. Of course. I love that you're attractive. I love that you're attractive and you do as I say. And you love that I'm very famous and very rich and I give you a lifestyle. Now you say you'd love me if I didn't give you the lifestyle. But if I didn't give you the lifestyle, how would I even be me?
Right.
How am I me with no money? How am I me with no status? How am I me with no power? Who am I then? I'm a different person. So I know you're with me because you get things. And I'm with you because I get things. It's transactional. All relationships are transactional. This podcast is a transaction. This is how things work. So I'm not stupid enough to believe the women who say they love me, even though they say they love me, and even though they mean it when they say it, they're not smart enough to analyze that they are doing a transaction. Because they don't think of it that way. They just feel love. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, you love me so much. We're just cruising in the Lambo and we're just in, oh, you're just, all of a sudden you say you love me. They don't even realize what they're doing. I do. I understand the world very well.
But isn't love a human need?
Love is a transaction.
It's a human need.
Women love who protect and provide for them, whether they're the French soldier or the German soldier, sir. Women love when they get what they want. That's it.
You need
So there's no
water.
loyalty. Loyalty doesn't exist.
Loyalty.
Unfortunately, what niggas don't understand is women are biologically loyal to the strongest man. It's been like that since the dawn of time, which is why once your girl has cheated on you, nigga, it's over. She's been done with you, nigga. Before she cheated on you, she was done with you, nigga. That's just how women are. They biologically acclimate to the strongest nigga, and if you're not the strongest nigga, if you're not that nigga, they don't like you, bro. That's just how it is. It's just how their bio is.
See, what I'm trying to say here, and any man who's been to divorce or had problems with women will agree with me and understand exactly what I'm saying.